Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and welcome to the new Nintendo Life Studio. I'm so sorry it's taken so long, but we wanted to make sure that it was absolutely superb and ready and raring to go so that we can deliver you the best videos in the best environment with the best wall art. Look at these suckers! But before we get into any details, first, I think a little montage is in order, don't you? Alright, nonsense aside, I just have to say, honestly, this is an absolute dream come true. I know it may sound really silly to some people, you know, sort of something so simple. There's light coming through there. Gonna have to patch that. It's perhaps not as perfect as we first thought. Don't worry, I'll sort it. But no, in all seriousness, this is a dream come true for me. From the very first moment I started even writing for Nintendo Life, in case anybody didn't know, I started writing long before I did video. I just wanted to be able to do this as a full-time job, and now I feel I am able to finally realize it. I know I've been doing it for, you know, 2.5 years now, coming up to 3, but now it feels like I'm fully cemented. I'm in my own office, my own studio stroke office, if you like, in my own place. Yes, I have finally moved out. This isn't just a new room, this is an entirely new building. It's honestly, it's genuinely, it's really moving. And I know that sounds stupid, and it does, but just to be here and just to be able to do this as a job and to be able to entertain you all is just, it's more than I could ever have hoped. But anyway, soppy stuff aside, when it comes down to the practicalities of this, yes, it took a long time, I know, but as I said, we wanted to make sure that it was absolutely super duper. We put a load of acoustic foam around the room, as you can see, and we've also got some brand new artwork to show off to you from some extremely talented artists. This time, we've gone fully for unofficial artwork so that we can say with absolute confidence, nobody has canvases like this. An extremely enormous thank you to all of the wonderful artists who donated their work so that we could keep it in this studio and show it off to you in front. I mean, look at this, for example, it's just beautiful. This, I think, is just wonderful because it's kind of hilarious, but it sums up Splatoon 2 so well. And you know what? I'm going to go through every single one of the pieces and talk to you about the artists. Well, at least mention their names. I don't know them personally. Sorry. So let's start off with the left here. This is Mariachi Mario by Lorenzo Mendoza, which is frankly a fantastic name. And honestly, I just love the way that the color pops. It's a much more interesting way of looking at Mario rather than just, you know, oh, he's in his red overalls. You know, it's really interesting and it just pops with color. And I just overall think it looks wonderful, especially on canvas. Next up to the right, we have Small Fry by PC Storm 33. And I know I've mentioned it briefly, but I just love this. I just love how simple it is. It's a really basic image in many regards, but I think its simplicity really helps bring it forward. And also it's just hilarious, because that's exactly how the Small Fry are. And he's got the spoon and everything! Next up, we've got Pikachu Test by Nara Sketsu, and I think it's called a test because it was a new technique that the artist devised, and frankly, I think it's worked dividends. The almost highlighter effect, and I believe actually it was originally done with highlighters, just pops really beautifully and gives a really interesting take on it. The fact that it's bleeding over the edges, I think makes it even better. Moving on to Metroid Fusion SAX by Midarink616. This, again, it's a very sort of basic looking image, but I love the over sharpness about it and the fact that it sort of almost blends into the background and it really does look, it's like looking directly into the eyes of the SAX, which if you've played Metroid Fusion, you don't really want to do. Another image that is beautifully simple, but at the same time just honestly just so lovely to look at. The simple lines and everything just makes everything pop, and blimey does it look like Helix. It's called Arms Helix, which is a very original name, but the artwork itself is gorgeous, and it's by Kai Getsudo, so make sure you check him out. I love this one. I love them all. And finally, we have Super Zelda Land by Will Overton, who, if you don't know, is basically one of the biggest game artist names in the UK. Honestly, he did so many magazine covers back in the 90s, and I believe the 80s, but don't quote me on that. And we're just absolutely so thrilled and honored to have an original piece of work by him. Will, you've you just made us very, very giddy and a little bit warm inside. In fact, very warm inside, and a little bit moist. Make sure you check out all the artists. There'll be links to their relevant pages and social medias in the description down below. Please do check them out and thank them for their wonderful work in realizing what we've got here today. And of course, I need to give a huge shout out to canvasdesign.co.uk, who have supplied all the canvases that we have ever produced, and they kindly supplied these ones as well, and they just do a fantastic job. I don't think I need to spell that out. They look wonderful. You give them a high resolution image, they'll just print it out on a canvas, and it looks superb. If you do fancy getting any canvases done, or you just need to spice up a room for whatever reason, then make sure you check out canvasdesign.co.uk. You can find a link in the description. I mean, come on, we can attest to their quality. All that's left to say is thank you so much for watching. I'm so thrilled to be here, and I cannot wait to really get stuck in and start doing some proper on-camera stuff in this new studio. I know it's going to be absolutely wonderful. Few little things that we need to tweak here and there, no doubt. There may still be a little tiny bit of echo, but no doubt I can get that sorted in no time at all. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you completely kit out one of your rooms so it's the room of your dreams, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye bye.